What if I told you that the $200 an hour therapy session you booked might not actually fix your stress? Because over 2,000 years ago, a Chinese philosopher named Laozi already revealed techniques for handling pressure that modern psychology is still struggling to catch up with. In this video, we're going to explore 3 Taoist hacks from Laozi's Taoism that can completely change the way you deal with stress. And trust me, the last one is the real game changer. So stick with me until the end. Let's be honest. We live in an age where stress is treated like a sickness. You're anxious? Book a therapy session. You're burned out? Download a meditation app. Your doctor says you need pills? There's a prescription for that too. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Therapy, medication, and quick fixes often treat the symptoms, not the root. That's why so many people feel like they're constantly managing stress instead of actually freeing themselves from it. And this is exactly where Taoism comes in. Laozi, the mysterious author of the Tao Te Ching, suggested that stress doesn't need to be fought directly. Instead, it needs to be understood, redirected, and transformed, like water flowing around a rock instead of smashing against it. Here's our first key point. Modern psychology often teaches us to control or suppress stress, but Laozi teaches us to dissolve it. Think about it. Cognitive behavioral therapy says, reframe your thoughts. Change how you interpret the situation. That works sometimes, but it can also feel like forcing yourself to think positive while your body is still tense inside. Laozi, on the other hand, would say, don't fight your thoughts. Let them flow. Like water, don't resist, redirect. In other words, Taoism suggests that stress itself is not the enemy. It's your resistance to stress, the way you tighten up, the way you fight it, that makes it unbearable. By practicing Wu Wei, effortless action, you stop exhausting yourself in battle and instead let stress dissolve naturally. So if the first Taoist hack is about not resisting stress, but letting it flow, what's next? The second hack takes that idea even deeper because it's not just about your thoughts, it's about your entire lifestyle. Think about water for a moment. It doesn't fight the rock, it flows around it. It doesn't resist the container, it adapts to its shape. And yet, over time, it shapes valleys, wears down mountains, and even splits stone. That's exactly how we should approach stress. Modern hustle culture tells us, push harder, force a solution, grind until you break through. But Taoism suggests the opposite. Adapt, flow, conserve your energy. When you live like water, stress loses its power over you. Instead of panicking when plans change, you adjust. Instead of clinging to rigid expectations, you stay flexible. Instead of resisting what you cannot control, you allow it to pass, saving your strength for what you can control. Take the workplace as an example. Imagine 2 employees facing sudden project changes. The first reacts with stress, arguing with the boss, complaining about deadlines, and burning out by staying up late. The second adapts quietly, accepts the shift, reorganizes their priorities, and flows with a new direction. Who do you think thrives in the long run? Not the one burning out. It's the one who conserved energy, stayed calm, and earned a reputation for being reliable under pressure. That's Taoism in action. It's not passivity, it's strategic flexibility. And here's the best part. Laozi wasn't just talking about stress at work. He was pointing to a way of living where stress itself becomes fuel for growth. And that's exactly what the third Taoist hack is about. The most important one of all. So don't go anywhere. If you've ever wondered how to not just manage stress, but to actually transform it into strength, you'll want to hear this last point. Now we arrive at the most important insight. If you remember only one Taoist stress hack, let it be this. True relief doesn't come from doing more, but from cultivating inner stillness. Modern psychology often encourages us to process stress through talking in therapy, journaling, venting, reframing thoughts. These methods can be useful, but they are still forms of activity. The mind remains busy, analyzing, fixing, solving. Laozi offered a different path. In the Tao Te Ching, he wrote, attain the utmost emptiness. Hold fast to stillness. The myriad things rise together, and I watch their return. This points to a radical idea. By nurturing inner stillness, we allow the chaos of life to settle on its own. Just as muddy water clears when left undisturbed, our minds also regain clarity when we stop forcing solutions. Think about it. How often do your best ideas come not while grinding at your desk, but while walking, showering, or simply sitting quietly? That's Laozi's wisdom at work. Solutions often surface when we stop pushing. Simple practices. Resist the urge to fix every anxious thought. Let it pass like clouds in the sky. Spend just 5 minutes a day doing absolutely nothing. No phone, no distractions, just breathing. When work stress overwhelms you, don't push harder. Step back. Like water flowing around rocks, you'll find another way forward. And here's the key. This isn't about giving up or avoiding responsibility. It's about creating the inner space where resilience, clarity, and creativity can naturally arise. If this message resonates with you and you want to explore more of the ancient wisdom hidden in Chinese Taoism, we've built a dedicated space for that. Visit karmafood.com, a place where you can discover how these timeless teachings can subtly transform modern life. Because stress isn't just something to fight, it's something to outgrow.